Hey folks, there's an eccentric young religion out there that's for free love, democracy, and scientific progress. Oh, and they believe that aliens created the human race. And that they themselves have cloned a human child. Let's meet the Raelians. Just a disclaimer in case there are little ears listening, this video has some discussions of free love and such, so if that's not something you want your kids hearing, you've been warned. If that is something you want your kids hearing, moving on. In 1974, sports car journalist and test driver Claude Raelian started a religion. From his account laid out in 2 books he wrote in the mid-70s, Raelian claims that the aliens abducted him and explained to him how the world works. But apparently not how to fix it, because have you seen 2017? These aliens, called the Elohim, were the true creators of humanity. Using advanced cloning technology, they created us in their image. When they intervened with our early species, they called themselves angels, cherubim, or gods. In different eras of human history, Claude claims the aliens enlightened Jesus, the Buddha, and a few others to be messengers of their time, preparing humans for when we can join them in space. Oh, he also claims he had dinner with them. The religion he founded was to spread the last message from these Elohim. Their goal is to make humanity more peaceful, democratic, and aware as they prepare to be welcomed into the interstellar community. He changed his name to Rael and founded Raelianism. Raelians are well-meaning people, despite holding some strange beliefs. Becoming a Raelian is actually pretty easy. They just ask you to formally disavow any other religion, and that's about it. Heck, I've done it twice today. The Raelian baptism entails an upload of your genes to a space computer, allowing for a digital reincarnation and immortality. They perform these baptisms on one of the 4 major holy days in the Raelian calendar. One marks the anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima, one marks Rael's first encounter with the Elohim, one for the day he saw the Elohim starship, where he had that meal with Jesus, Buddha, and some other religious figures, and one for when aliens cloned up Adam and Eve. They do have a few controversial beliefs that will definitely make this video not advertiser friendly. Patreon! The symbol the Raelians use is a Star of David, with a swastika in the middle. Yep, the old Nazi swirl is a prominent part of their symbology. I mean, they aren't alone. Hindus still use the symbol to this date, but I do have to say putting it in the Star of David is a bit on the nose. I actually can't think of anything more offensive to have done with it. Please leave your suggestions in the comments. Rael claims that the swastika is a symbol of peace, but that didn't stop the Israeli government from banning the Raelians from building a big alien embassy in Jerusalem. They decided to replace the swastika with a swirl, but still, no dice. The Raelians are also devout believers in free love. Sex and sexuality is actually a big part of the Raelian doctrine and has attracted some clergy from other faiths. They believe in free sexual liberation, as well as full equality for LGBT people. They practice sensual meditation and have been vocal advocates for self-love and the distribution of condoms. There was one controversial case where they handed out condoms to students at a Catholic school in Montreal. They believe that sexual pleasure is a gift from the aliens, apparently ignorant of the freaky stuff the bonobos get up to.
Bonobo.
The Raelian Church is a big fan of science. They believe that GMO crops and nanotechnology can eliminate the need to work and create a world that embraces science. The most exciting technology for them, however, is cloning. Rael founded an organization called CloneAid in 1997, and the organization advocates for the advancement of human cloning. They claimed in 2002 to have cloned a little girl named Eve, but have not provided her for any sort of authenticity. You know, for her privacy. They think that with cloning they could bring about immortality, as well as retroactively punish suicide bombers and Hitler. Don't ask me. The latest project they've been working on is to build a big alien embassy. Their plan is to build a landing pad for the alien spacecraft in neutral territory surrounded by a large campground. There will also be a suite pad for those alien ambassadors with a pool, a conference room, a wall, some bedrooms. Oh, and it'll be protected by an aseptic chamber to keep the Terran bacteria from killing our new Elohim overlords. To date, the Raelians have about 90,000 members in about 90 countries. They're most popular in Europe, Quebec, and Japan. They have a tiered system of membership from 0 trainees to the level 6 planetary guides. It's also a complete man party, with only about a third of Raelians being women, but they do have a special women's-only Order of Angels, and preach openly about sex-positive feminism. They even have a special sect of women who work in or support women in the sex industry. The Raelians are a UFO religion. They aren't alone, but claim they're different by being strict believers in science and rejecting the supernatural. It does, however, put them in some dangerous territory, as many of us might remember Heaven's Gate, a UFO cult that committed mass suicide in 1997. Largely because of this UFO association, Raelianism is often referred to as a cult. The problem here is that the line between cult and religion seems to be somewhere between how much money you ask for and how well established you become. The Raelians are a bit odd. For example, some of their scientific claims don't add up when looking into areas such as, say, the evolution of humans. There's a problem with all those pesky hominid skeletons we keep finding. However, digging too deep into a lot of specific religious claims can be problematic, and I would argue is not really the point of religion. Religion is more about shared values, identity, and rituals, which the Raelians have. In the meantime, we have a non-predatory religion that embraces a lot of progressive stuff. Let their freak flag fly.
We must move forward, not backward, upward, not forward, and always twirling, twirling, twirling towards freedom.
I want to hear more from you guys. Are the Raelians a bold new religion, or a silly UFO cult, or are those mutually exclusive? I do from time to time make some more videos on world religions, so you can click here for a playlist of them, and be sure to subscribe for any new ones. Now, I am coming very close to 20,000 subscribers, and to celebrate, I'm going to let you guys decide on the topic for my next video. We can do part 2 of the Native Technology series, part 4 of the Before Columbus series, or a video on the Ukrainian Black Army. Click on the eye up in the corner and cast your vote. I'll be on vacation next week, so you have until, let's say, June 8th, 2017 to vote. I want to thank these awesome patrons here, as well as Reddit user Fatal Strategy for sharing my video on one of the weirdest link sharing platforms on the web. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for more Step Back.